Hi guys, I'm out here in Warner Springs, a suburb of San Diego, and I'm at my quilt artist's studio, and I met her through quilt class, and I came all the way out here so that she can sew my quilt sandwich together. She's a long arm quilter, and in just a few seconds I'm going to let her take it away, and she will tell you about her fabulous artwork and how long she's been doing it. So let me introduce my new friend, Carrie.
Wow, okay, so I've been a long arm quilter for probably 32 years now. And I started in 1990 when I needed to get some projects done. In 1994, she invited me to come and work for her doing the long arm quilting, and that's when I actually started in the business. In 2013, she sold her business and I went out on my own. Now I am called Swirls and Curls Long Arm Custom Quilting. I also sell fabric on the side, which is becoming more predominantly my business as well, where I provide extra wide backing fabric to my clients. So here on this project, I'm doing more of a custom quilt where I am free motioning everything, and I'm going into, there's different details in each part of the quilt. I changed the thread colors to match the fabric, like this is browns, this is blacks. So here I'm going to demonstrate what I do. And everything is free motion that I do. I've been doing it for so long that I really don't need a pantograph, and I certainly don't need a computerized machine. And then I'm going to go up, I'm going to lift up the needle, going to tie it off, or it's already locked in, the threads are already locked in, and then I'm just going to go to the next part of it. And I'm going to go over here.
I'm just going to kind of lean right over your shoulder.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, and like on this one, I'm just doing these little swirls on the cowboy's boots.
Wow, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool? Okay, so, and then to tell you a little bit, this is my client's quilt. Her father is a cowboy in Colorado. So this is a portrait of her father.
That's amazing.
Anyhow, so right there, and lift it, take it up and lift it up, and then cut it off.
And where do you get a machine like this?
Okay, so this is a Gamble, and I've actually been working with the Gamble since 1990, and and a pantograph is where you follow the pattern with a laser light, and then the pattern comes out over here. So the advantage of doing a free motion is that if someone has a quilt that has wavy borders, or it's just not so squared up, I can do it. If I do a pantograph, you really can't do it because you don't want your needle to get caught up on the edges of the quilt.
Move the light if you need to.
Okay. I don't think I need to.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's so neat. And this client is located in San Diego?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
fantastic.
So, and she's funny. She's a brand new client. She's brand new to quilting, just like you.
Just like me.
Yes. And so she has totally like jumped in and has already
gone crazy.
Oh yeah, has already done a lot of projects, and I have more of her projects over there on the shelf.
Fantastic. Okay, so she's gonna tell me her plan for my quilt, because this is my son's quilt. It's a memory quilt. Actually, it's my quilt made out of his clothes. And I've been carrying around a bag of them for about 8 years, and I finally got to it. And here is the finished top, and Carrie, take it away.
Okay, great. So what I did was I asked Mishawna questions about her quilt. Is the quilt going to eventually go to her son? Is it going to be for her? What have you. So I kind of get an idea of the personality that's going to go into the quilt. what she said to me was that she wanted traditional. So I suggested to her is that we do cross hatching. So we're gonna, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do lines that go through the seams down, and we're gonna go this way first, and then we're gonna go that way. And what that is, it's a traditional pattern. So, and then what she's also going to do is she's going to choose a backing fabric from fantabulousbacks.com, and we're going to decide on what color that she likes the best.
Okay, the great thing about Carrie is that it's one-stop shopping. I'm a busy mom and artist, and I just love the idea of coming to one person to help me finish my quilt. So she will do the quilt sandwich together, and also at her studio, or you can shop online, she has the backing, which is the middle of the sandwich, and the back fabric. So I've already chosen my back fabric and the batting, and then I'm going to have Carrie explain a little bit more about her business.
Okay, great. So like she said, she chose the backing, which is right here, which is going to be absolutely perfect for this quilt, and it's a fabric that's by Kimberbell. And then the batting that she chose is from the Warm Company, and for the particular one that she's going to use is called Warm and Plush. And so that's going to give her a little bit more loft, a teeny bit heavier, but it's an awesome fabric. Now this
is not the one I chose, but this would be an example for a new quilter what batting looks like.
Yes. So anyway, so what's going to happen is that she's going to leave this here with me. When I get to her quilt, I'm going to load it onto my long arm, and I'm going to lay the batting on top of that, and then the quilt top gets pinned on top of that. And then that I have somewhat of a guide, especially when I go over the seams, because I don't want to do a crooked. And sometimes that happens. Yeah. And so it's not going to necessarily be the most perfect, because everything is right. It's free motion. Right. As my husband says, if he wants something that's perfect, he can go to Target and get a computerized quilt.
There you go. These are original works of art because we've got two artists working on them. So now, thank you, Carrie, for telling me about all the details. I'm a new quilter. But now I want her to briefly tell me, just, I was fooling around at quilt class, and we went online on her website last night to just kind of get a sneak peek of the fabrics that I was going to choose. And I want to tell you, I was very impressed because her website is very easy to navigate. You press the links to look at the fabric, and the information come up right away. So her website is awesome. You got to check it out. So I'm going to have her.
Okay, so I have two websites, and you can access the fabric from both of them. Okay, so I have Swirls and Curls, longarmquilting.com.
So that's your artistry website.
Yes, right. And if you click products, it sends you to Fantabulous Backs. And then I have my fantabulousbacks.com website. Yeah, that they can go
inventory.
Yes,
that's where they can shop.
Yes. And if for instance you see a fabric and you go, oh my gosh, I want 4 yards of that, but it's not coming up, you can give me a call and I can let you know, wow, okay, yeah, we only have 1.5 yards of that, but luckily for you, it is on its way. Okay, so yeah, they are more than welcome to call.
Yeah, and I was also really impressed with Carrie's speedy response. So she's a great businesswoman, and that's it for talking about the fabrics. So excited to show you guys her artistry, and that's it. As a new quilter, another thing that drew me to Carrie and why I loved working with her business is that I didn't, for the quilt back and the batting, it's an extra wide width because you're dealing with a king-size quilt. In my case, I didn't want to have to go into a retail store, waste my weekend, and try to guess how many inches equals an extra wide width. Because the neat thing is at Carrie's store.
Yeah, so at Fantabulous Backs, all my backings, and I literally have over 200 different ones, are all 108 wide. So which means that if you have a quilt that, let's say, is 100 by 100, if you go to another store and you buy the regular width fabric, the 44, 45 inch wide, you're going to need 9 yards of that fabric.
And you're going to be trying to do the math to make it all glue together to make it fit right. So that's why I said at the beginning of our little talk right here, She's one-stop shopping. You just come, take care of it, boom. It's a beautiful work of art, and all of this stuff is high quality fabrics.
And you have a seamless finish
Yeah.
on the back side of your quilt with absolutely no seams. And it's super easy.
So come check her out. I'll put all the information in the description below. Bye.